Hey guys, Mr. Aaron World here, back with another juicy, tasty video for your displeasuring. Alright, anyway, so today I'm going to talk about my Avengers Endgame non-spoiler and spoiler review. Now, just to go ahead and start things off with the non-spoiler, this film was great. The Russo brothers have outdid themselves, again in this film. It just seems like every film they come out, they always outdo themselves in some type of way, and I'm really happy about that. This film is probably gonna be the best Avengers film out of all of them, only just because there is so much in this film that you can just enjoy and just nod at. With that being said, I would say that this movie is definitely worth seeing. I would imagine you not doing anything else with your life if you haven't seen this film. I would now. I mean, obviously, this film would come out literally a couple of days after that the film. This video would come out obviously a couple of days after the movie's been out. But I would say if nobody hasn't has not said like crap about the film to you, like if you don't know anything about it, I would say go watch the damn movie now. Only just because my school has pretty much ruined that opportunity for people to go see it during this week, because it was like they just blew up the whole entire school with spoilers. And I'm gonna be honest. I'm also a little bit disappointed with everybody else in the world, because literally, I kid you not, is that as soon as I got home from seeing Avengers Endgame, I get on the Instagram and I already see a video of the last couple of minutes of the film, and I'm just on the comment section going like, "What the fuck? It's only been like a couple of hours or 24 hours ever since the film has come out, and we're already letting out spoilers. Who the hell does that? I thought we all came to an agreement not to spoil Endgame, and here we are." Spoiling Endgame. Probably why the Russo brothers have probably left, because we spoiled it, and they probably thought like, what's the point of us staying here if people are gonna spoil our movies again and again and again. But hey, you know, or I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, so I'm gonna get into my spoiler review. So, warning 1, spoiler. Warning 2, spoiler. Warning 3, ducks. Warning 4, spoiler. We're about to get into the spoiler zone. Let's go. Alright, so I guess I can start out. One of my favorite parts about the film. My favorite parts of the film is when, first off, is when they finally get back. They finally go back in time to separate parts of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and then they go back into. First of all, they go back to like the first Avengers, and then like Guardians of the Galaxy, and then Thor: Dark World, pretty much throughout different Marvel movies. So yeah, and so pretty much my favorite part was that when Tony and Cap and Ant-Man go back to the first Avengers, they kind of get themselves into a little bit of a of pretty much a mess in there, and so they have to interact with each other. And so my favorite part was that Cap kind of like took the advantage in this situation of trying to pretty much mess up the whole entire timeline, where Cap kind of goes like, Bucky is still alive to the younger Captain America because they were fighting, and then he tells like the Shield agents, because at the time they were still with Hydra at the time and nobody knew. So Captain America literally whispered in their ear to get the other stone to say "Hail Hydra," which is the best moment of the film, which really shows true character development for Captain America. Other than that, my second favorite moment in the film was when Tony Stark finally got to meet his father once again in the past, because he ran out of pin particles. And so it was really my favorite moment, because it was also kind of sad because obviously Iron Man dies at the end. Everybody knows this, but it was kind of really sad because Tony Stark finally gets to have a talk with his dad one final time before he goes up in the air to the great big special place. and it's really just it's just really sad to me. But one other thing I really did also like was that Hank Pym was also at was that Hank Pym was also in Shield and one of the Shield facilities at the time, and we kind of get like this glimpse of like the old Ant-Man helmet in like his lab, like, and we're not talking about. I'm not talking about like the Scott Lang helmet that he wears in the first Ant-Man movie. I'm talking about like the helmet that's like from like the 1970s, like Ant-Man. I forgot what it's from. I think it's the Electric Company Ant-Man. I forgot. Anyway, so yeah, it's just a lot of there's like a lot of Easter eggs and a lot of stuff in this film that I really adored. And then another thing is that what I really adored was Thor was freaking fat in the movie. I can hear, like, like how you go to a movie theater and you can hear that, like, that one black lady slash white lady slash Hispanic lady slash Asian lady that knows how to laugh out loud and get on everybody's nerves, but nobody really kind of actually minds it at all and just lets her do her thing. Like, I can just tell, like, by her voice that she just, like, like when that one lady I just said, like they'll laugh at the top of their damn lungs when they see the great reveal of something, and you can just hear of how great of a moment they did for Thor when they turned him fat, and it's just Thor. It's just Thor's logic doesn't make sense, and that's because it's that you would think like when he gets Mjolnir and Stormbreaker back into his hands, he would turn into a strong, muscular man again. But he doesn't. It only braids his frickin' beard and still makes him fat. Oh my god, like I can't. It's just too funny. Now when you think about it, about what happens in the film. Um, but yeah, I also liked how old characters from the other movies kind of make like slight cameos and have slight small parts in the film and all. Especially Stanley's cameo. Now I don't really understand what Stanley said at the end of not at the end of the movie, at during his cameo, because like everybody, because like I don't know if it was either like somebody like talking right next to me or it was the car, but all I know was that Stanley was driving in like a 1970s car, and they had. I'm kind of really proud of what they did because the CGI they used on Stanley was outstanding. Like they literally got Stanley to look like himself when he was in the 1970s. I'm just outstanded by that they actually did that. That's one thing I'm really really happy with what they did for his cameo. It's probably the best cameo of all time. But yeah, but when he started talking, I could never tell what the hell he was saying, because like he was like yelling out words, and like it just I just couldn't tell what he was saying. But I don't know if you can like tell, but like when you rewatch the movie, you can like see like a license plate that says enough said, or enough said, and it's just that little plate is just like the highlight of the movie itself, which is the great. Let me get into the final part. Uh, obviously somebody re-snaps their fingers and all the original characters come back, and I really like how they all kind of come back one by one, not rushing it. Like everybody has like their grand entrance of coming back in, and then Spider Man, oh my god, like my boy Peter out here like flexing on all of y'all. Like you can't tell me Peter was like smooth as hell when he jumped and swinged himself and did a backflip in the air and then landed in his original Spider-Man pose, and he's just flexing on everybody. Like as soon as he come back alive, he's just everywhere. And it gets better too, because now you kind of see like Peter like go through like so much crap in the film, and it's really hilarious because you kind of like see like how exhausted he is after he's barely even did anything of just holding the gauntlet. And then I also kind of like how they got the women of the Marvel's, pretty much most of the women of the Marvel Cinematic Universe all together to show off girl power. That was a really great part of the movie, which I really liked, was that they found that they kind of did recognition to that ladies can also have big great fight scenes as well, and they can also be like the Avengers. I mean, sure, there's Black Widow, but Black Widow's dead, which is also another point I like. Actually, want to say real quick is that I don't think Black Widow should have died, and I think Hawkeye should have died because I feel like that would have made more sense. I'm just saying, we don't really know why Black Widow wanted to die in the first place. Why she thinks she's kind of a monster. We don't really know that yet. Where was I? Anyway, uh, one of the things. Let me go ahead and like also talk about another thing I don't like about the film was that also about how pretty much Captain Marvel herself. I don't. I try not to be against Captain Marvel, but it's just the way how they did her in this film. I'm sorry. It's just that she only comes in like the first like has to be like the first like 15 minutes of the film, and then she comes back in at the like last like 8 minutes of the film. It's just she she was just really wasted for this film. She was really wasted because she hasn't been a part of the film like at all. Like she's only in the beginning and then the end. That's the only two parts. And then like she got prettier somehow. I don't know how she did, but Brie Larson was able to make herself actually look pretty dang hot. Like first, like at first, like like actually, I was at the, like at the beginning when I first saw her like stand up with like Thor when Thor like pulls back Stormbreaker. I was like, damn, Captain Marvel has like the London look right now. And then like when it cuts 5 years later, when her haircut, I don't. They still make that look even look good. Though I wish she kind of didn't have like that hairstyle with the short. Like I wish she kind of had like a different type of like hair look. I don't know, just to show a little bit more of like a more spontaneous look. But hey, I guess it would fit with Captain Marvel and all that. And then my last final thing I did not like in this film was that how Doctor Strange could have used the Time Stone on Tony Stark to rewind time on himself to stay alive because if you remember not Tony Stark, Doctor Strange has used the Time Stone to rewind actual objects to their original form or unoriginal form throughout time without messing up the timeline that much. After all, since Thanos is already dead and it's gonna be impossible to bring back Thanos himself. So yeah. Uh, so yeah, but after all, the whole entire film was amazing, and I really liked it. I would say I would give this film a thousand out of no, not a thousand, affinity out of 10. It was just beautiful, 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 beautiful. I'm really kind of sad that this might be the last Avengers film, and a lot of people might not really experience that feeling of what it's like to go to the theater and watch it. Though luckily, I'm happy to be a part of the last 10 years and experience what it's like to go see an Avengers film in the theaters. So yeah, so that's my review for Avengers Endgame. Sorry if my voice sounds a little mushed up. I try to speak as clear as I can. I'm a really mushy talker. But if you guys want to see more videos, just check out my gaming live streams, the really corny ones. I try to my best to not make them corny. I do want to make an announcement that on May 10th, I will stream or I will try to record myself play Minecraft because everybody knows that on May 19th is the 10th anniversary of Minecraft. So I might as well get like at least one Minecraft streaming day in for the great anniversary. But anyway, hit that like button or hit the dislike button. I'm not gonna tell you what to do. Free country. Come back to see more videos in case if I upload more like these. And I guess I'll see you in the next video. Doodle it.